Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Scraptember and 30 days of sketches. Day 23's prompt is hearts, and here is the sketch we'll be using today. I'm also incorporating it with a Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, Ronnie, Sue, Dorothy, myself, and Sonia. So I have another black cardstock background that I'm going to use. And I did all my die punching and punching off screen. So now this heart has been kicking on my desk for a couple months now from another layout that I had done during one of these series. And I had fussy cut out the heart, taken my Brutus Monroe Pearl Shimmer Mist, and like sprayed around it to create a cool off cat, where the ink, I pulled this up and then there was the buyer words failing me. Anyway, so just the edges of the heart are inked in the Pearl Shimmer Mist. So in order to help jazz up the background and kind of stay true to the layout, I take the Pearl Mist and make splatters all over the black. And as you've seen there, right there on that fabulous Glassboard Studio craft mat, I made a mess and I just take my messy towel and just wipe it clean. And yeah, absolutely love it. I have a link down below to the Glassboard Studio company. And if you use the code Rebecca20, you get 20% off anything in their store. So then we're going to go ahead and splatter up the heart while the black cardstock is drying. I'm going to take the coral and I think this is green yellow, and I'm going to splatter up with the edges of the heart because those best match the two colors that I did all my die cutting and punching out of. And I just splatter. I go back and forth until I like the way that it is looking. And once again, I just wipe this mat up with my fussy mats. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and adhere the heart directly to the page. Now, if you've seen when I was doing the chroma mist, instead of just tap, tap, tapping, I was slinging to get those stripes, like the strips of color, and I absolutely love it. And I just stayed around those edges because I knew that I was going to be doing the heart in the middle. So I do have my two photos that I have backed off screen and used the Hickory Smoke Distress ink to matte. And yep, that is just the background, the backside of a scrap piece of paper that I had sitting to the side. So now this is my son and stepdaughter, and they are at the 50s Cafe area in Universal. I just realized that I put the pictures. I needed to. Sam's picture was supposed to go on top of Whitney's picture because there's so much more background space in Whitney's, but it's totally fine. So I had punched out, this is some scraps that I had sitting on my desk from the Paige Evans Wonders collection. And that is what I punched out the flowers out of two different of those. And then I just take the leaves out of two other scraps, which was actually the same pattern paper. Absolutely am loving using up that scrap pile. When I see that it starts to grow on my desk over there, then I start to heavily pull from it. Just so that I'm not throwing it away. Because as soon as I'm done with this vacation album, all of those scraps, anything that is not a minimum of 3/4 of a normal sheet of paper, 12 by 12 sheet of paper, it will be recycled. I don't save scraps. It's just not something that I do. And it's very rare that I have, I have to force myself to pull out my scrap little bin and use it at least once a month. Every couple of months I'll pull it out and really focus on using it. So I'm more of a collection scrapper. I'm not a stash scrapper, you guys. If I remember that I have something in my stash, I have to leave it out or I have to use it immediately. That's who I am. So I am just tucking in all of these leaves into those floral mixes to create this fabulous cluster down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to start tacking in the rest of the leaves like I tacked in the bottom, and now I want to tack in the top. So I'm going to get them stuck down because I wasn't really trying to get them to stay. I was just trying to get it to where I really liked it. But yes, I put up a bunch of flowers and then I put all of those leaves down. And I really like the way this turned out. And I'm just going to flip it over and push it down so that I can be sure that it's going to stay. And then I felt like my flower needed a center. And this is how I'm currently storing my enamel dots and like just some random stuff on my desk anyways, and I do not like it. And if you see there, I'm really trying, like, all the new enamel dots and gems and everything that I have, they're in a different area now, organized, and I'm really trying to use these sheets up. But I've been trying to do that all year long, and I use them a lot, and I'm not using them up. So I go ahead and take these 3 silver half pearls, and I go ahead and put them as the centers of the 3 flowers. And then I take some clear gems, and I'm going to make 3 little scattered areas of 3 just to jazz up the rest of the page. And that's going to do it for today's layout. I don't even put a title or anything else on this, I don't think. And I'm totally okay with that. I come in here and I trim off all the excess of the leaves very carefully, because some of those are very, like, intricate, and I was like, oh, probably shouldn't have ran these off the page, but that's okay. Go ahead and get rid of my scrubs. So don't forget to check everybody else out that's playing along with Scraptember and 30 Days of Sketches. I will have them all linked down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.